What's happening? What's up? Yeah, so this is Thursday, November 16th, 9:34 p.m. I want to take some time to just jump right on into a couple things. Just got finished tutoring Xamarin, and I know I spoke about him a couple times on these, and it's a good guy. He said something that I just want to deal with today. We was about to wrap up the session, and he was like, "Yeah, well, you just let me know your availability, because on Saturday I can go ham." and I was like, "Ham?" You know? He was like, hard as a motherfucker. And I was like, and I laughed, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. As you can hear it, it's the Lear in the background, man. We is definitely on it popping, man. You know, I'm definitely moving and grooving around here, man. I'm definitely putting 2 days in when regular people putting 1 day in. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, I'm definitely going hard, man. And let me turn this down, because I'm on the way to make to resume my night, to continue to make some serious sacrifice in order to see my dreams become a reality. I had my son today, and he's getting really big. He's pretty much walking, and he reminds me so much of myself. And, so today I'm just thinking, like, it's so much that I want to say, and I realize that I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, because I do want to live a little bit of it. And so some of the nuggets, one nugget that I realized today is optimization, and why optimization is important. Now, I have gone from developing on one machine excuse me, to now developing on about 3 different machines, 1 physical machine and 2 virtual machines. One machine, a virtual machine, and then I have a few cloud environments that I'm working on. I think my hardware that I'm using right now, in terms of my small IT department, has definitely increased. It went from 1 computer to a computer, a tablet, a phone, several notepads. And I've been reading a book or listening rather, by Vic Johnson. Once again, You Are What You Think About. I highly recommend it. And he was talking about how to essentially deal with how to make the space conducive to realizing my dreams. And he said that, you basically, in so many words, you want to create a space, you want to make your space, excuse me, my voice. He said that you want to make a space that is conducive to realizing your dreams. He has a couple examples, and so he was saying that, hey, if the lighting is bad in your office, get good lighting. If you feel like the chair that you're sitting on is uncomfortable, get a new chair. And so there's a couple things in my office that I want to get. I got a chair, but I definitely need to rethink how I'm structuring my office, especially if I plan on doing this for a long period of time. So there's definitely room for improvement. There's definitely room for massive action. What I will say is this week I have definitely been taking and making some massive moves. Every day I've been waking up no later than 6 o'clock, even though I've been snoozing from 4 most of the days. I'm starting to realize that I have to get out of the sleep for 8 hours paradigm, and that's just because I actually like the 2 day in 1. I actually prefer that, because right now I feel I feel focused. I feel like I'm present in mind. Whereas had I stayed up all day, I would be like yawning right now, tired. But right now I feel present in mind. I feel focused. And I think it's definitely because today I slept for about 2.5 hours during the day. I went to sleep. I just forced myself to go to sleep because I want to change the way, I want to change my whole sleep schedule, because I actually like getting up really early, taking a small nap, and then staying up late. So if I, basically between the two, maybe get the first nap, or excuse me, the actual, and I call it the first nap, but it's really me going to bed at night. I might get 3 or 4 hours, maybe 4. Most times I get 3.5, 4. But then during the day, I take me a nap for at least about 2 hours. And so total, that's about 5 hours. But because I break it up, I can get up early in the morning, because I know I'm just dealing with me and how I can optimize my time. I know I work better early in the morning and later at night. I for some reason, I just tend to focus in and focus and do it. Whereas if I try to stay up and work during the day, it just doesn't work for me. I've tried doing the day work, but it just never have worked for me. I'm not as focused. I'm not as in tune. I'm just not, and I can be, don't get me wrong. I just know, based on what I've done in the past and where I am right now, based on like how I work today. Even like I got up today around 4 o'clock. I did some major work. Popped right up at 4 o'clock. Did what I had to do, and we stayed up to about 11. Took a nap to about 2, and then from 2 o'clock I've been up. It's about 9. So I'm gonna look at that. I'm just kind of playing around with my schedule, because I need to see how I can sustain a large amount of action over a long period of time without getting burned out. And that's really my move. And so, because I definitely like the late night tip, and I can do it if I can convince myself to go to sleep during the day. And I actually like waking up in the morning, because I just feel like it gives me a feeling like I have a lot of time. I can if I had to, I can stay up and do some stuff. But most times I typically find myself in bed 10, 11 o'clock to about 12. Then I get up, and then I'm fresh. I can go for another 12 hours. So pretty much with 4 hours of sleep strategically placed, 4 to 5 hours of sleep strategically placed, I can work for 20 hours during the day. And that's a hellified amount of productivity, considering how much sleep I was getting prior to that. Like if I slept for 8 hours, I would still be tired. So I'm getting on my schedule, and so I'm again, it's because of all this massive action, because it's more massive action that needs to be done. I still have some limiting beliefs that I've been dealing with, especially in relationship to my previous relationship. I have a lot of limiting beliefs, and I don't think it has less to do with the person I was in the relationship with, and it has more to do with me per se, and the baggage that I brought to the table, and what I've accumulated over these years, just in terms of my relationships with women, and in men too. And so there's something to be said about not having a father in the home and in a healthy fashion, and how that can affect the psyche of an individual. Because I can see just some of the knots, so to speak, that I'm undoing in my own life, just because I, just as a result of not having. And so I appreciate the fact that I can see it, and I'm undoing the knots, so to speak, because it's those knots that have kept me bound up from experiencing life in the way that I know I should be. I was looking at, in other news, I was looking at the XJ8. I saw 2007. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. and I can see myself driving that car. It just has a certain look about it. I could just see myself being in that car. I was looking at it, champagne green, cream interior. I challenge myself, especially when I listen to this, to find, I know exactly where I could go to test drive that car, but I don't want to test drive that car. And then I challenge whoever's listening, find you some automobile that makes you push your current scenario to have, and then go test drive it. One of XJ8, I had always been eyeing the XJ8s. I always just kind of like the look, the feel. I just, why I want the car? Because of the feel that I know I will have when I drive that car. Can I have that feel when I'm, right now? Yes. What do I have to give to the world in order to get that feel? Because it's really that comfort. It's like a comfort feel, but then it's also like it's like a mature, exquisite kind of a feel. Like that car is just, it kind of speaks maturity. It speaks poise. That car, to me, it speaks poise. It speaks. It also speaks like a certain level of the word that I'm thinking about right now. It's like exquisite taste, or the phrase rather. It's like exquisite taste, because it's a luxury car, and I'm shooting for the 2007. I priced it at about $8,000, and as I continue to move in this direction, I'm going to be getting newer and newer cars. My first luxury automobile will be between a 2001 and 2009 XJ8 Jaguar, and anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000, probably closer to like seven to eight, and all with the works. That car that I found, I think it was at a dealership in Windy Hill, and it was beautiful, and I could just see myself just in that car, just being relaxed, just chilling in the car, man, and just riding, with the smile. That smile is next. That smile, I'm looking at my smile right now. When I listen to this in the future, I challenge myself in the future as I give you this message from the past, so that you can do this in your present times. Look at that smile and just visualize all 32 white straight teeth. Visualize it. Keep your eyes on it, because that's the next goal. After you got some short-term financial goals right now that I'm working on, and I have after I meet these short-term financial goals, I have some longer-term investments, and just in terms of my look and feel that I want to invest in. And just in terms of how it will update and upgrade my confidence and my poise as I continue to take this world on and conquer it, one small victory at a time. So getting back to optimization, my desk, my office is essentially my son's office. We both work together. He does his work, I do mine. And there's a couple things that I want to kind of look at. I was thinking about the kind of material or the kind of desk that I'm using. I made it's made out of wood, so I'm thinking about making me another set of, and it's like a drum that can be used as a desk. I'm thinking about I want to make another set. I want to make two sets actually. And so I definitely want to get a good chair, but I want a chair that's mobile though. I don't want a chair like one of those big bulky ones. I want a good, comfortable, mobile chair. I have one. It's like one of those aerobics ball chairs, and it's cool. And I could use that for now. But I just kind of wanted like a more comfortable chair. And I definitely have to get like some more hardware. Like I was saying on the other session, I want to get a server so that I can start hosting these virtual machines. And it's all of this stuff requires a lot of action, and it's worth it. I think why I'm like really excited even now, even though I know it's 10 o'clock and I'll probably be up till like 1, is because I know it's worth it. Need to get over. It's because I know it's worth it. It's worth it, it's worth it, it's worth it, man. And I'm like really excited because I know all of this stuff, and and I just want to say for the record, I put all of my my ongoing to-do in the spreadsheet. I feel real good about that. I stayed up last night to do it too. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I stayed up to do it, man. I was like, F it, I'm just going to stay up. And, I'm just realizing that all of this work that I'm doing is for me. It's for me and my house and my dreams. That's why I'll do it. And that's why, what else am I doing if I'm not doing this? That's the question I'm asking, myself, and I challenge whoever's listening to this is, what in the hell else are you doing if you're not living your dreams? If you're not moving towards what you want in life? What are you doing? What do you actually have to do, really, outside of vegetate in front of a TV screen or play video games or sit down and listen to the radio all day or hang out all day? What are you actually doing? And do you believe you're worth it? I believe I'm worth it. You should make this your mantra that you believe that you're worth it. When I listen to this in the future, I want you to stop and I want you to say out loud, I know that I'm worth all of this effort. Because what you will receive as a result of all of this effort is far greater than what you can imagine. I mean, this is far greater than what you can imagine, man. Spend some time also, this week, and I didn't put any time on this. I put the stuff on the spreadsheet, but I didn't put any time to go out and experience new things in the world. So that's one thing I want to put on my schedule. If I hadn't put it on my schedule, by the time I listen to this, put it on your schedule to go out and experience something new, somebody new. Experience it. You haven't been everywhere in Atlanta. Find somewhere new to go. And find some new people to meet. Oh, Toastmasters. That keeps coming up. I'm looking forward to Toastmasters. And what I'm thinking about with Toastmasters is I think the first time I go, I'm just going to sit and observe and just kind of talk to some people and try to talk to some people, meet and greet, and do the whole thing. And so, I just want to make sure I wrap up what I was thinking about in terms of optimizing my life. What I will say is, think deeply about why you're doing what you're doing. Spend a little time thinking about why you're doing it. And if you can't think about the why, then think about what you're going to receive as a result of you doing this. Spend a little bit of time doing that every day. Because what I've realized is sometimes I would wake up in the morning, like this is prior to me actually beginning to make these small steps to beginning to be organized and optimizing my time. I would just get up and just be running all day with no rhyme or reason. And then wonder why I would be so tired. Wonder why, I can't sustain all of this effort over a large amount of time. And so what I would say is the reason why I was doing that, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was running for something running from something, what I will say is that it wasn't clear to me that whatever I wanted, I am responsible for. I know over all of these sessions, I've kind of talked about discipline, about character, about how all of these things kind of make up the basis of essentially the purpose of life. And I'm learning this now, that each day, each new experience, I'm learning something new about my purpose in life through the obstacles, through the issues, through the impediments of each day, through the negative thought, through pushing through overcoming obstacles. I'm learning more about my personal contribution to this world every day. This is why you should optimize your time, because in optimizing your time, what you are essentially doing is giving yourself the ability to short circuit the bullshit and to get directly to your purpose each day. Once again, through optimizing your time, through getting all of the tools and fuel you need in order to be successful and in order to increase your performance, will enable you to make a beeline to your success. So just think about, how can you improve your environment? Who do you need to stop hanging around? What habits do you need to add to your life? What new places do you need to go? How can you restructure your own life with what you have right now? A lot of times, and this is me too, I used to think that, well, maybe when I get the X, then I can start optimizing my time. Or well, maybe when I have B or X, then I can start doing things differently. No, what can you do right now with what you have to enable you to get on the road to success? These are some questions that you need to ask yourself. For me, I'm challenging myself, and this whole time frame and the times that I'm up and how I move and how I operate, I am really enjoying what I'm learning about myself in terms of time. And so what I'm learning is that I actually have the power to make some significant changes with what I have firmly in my possession right now, in order to increase what I have, and in order to increase who I am, and in order to increase what I can provide as a service to the world. And so I am very humbled by that. I have a lot of appreciation. I'm grateful and happy for who I am and who I'm becoming through this process of acquiring this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about life, about my purpose, and about doing what is necessary in order to have my dream. And so I encourage myself in the future to continue to do the work. This is your trophy. One day you're going to be listening to these while you're riding around in your new Jaguar, in your new house with your clean white 32 teeth, and you're going to be like, wow, just look at the power of a thought. James Allen said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I challenge you to continue to feed your subconscious mind, feed your spirit with all of the necessary ingredients to success, such that it can hand you back everything you need in order to manifest it in this world. Do like my father said, in times when your head is hung low, raise it and raise it good. until we speak again.